I agree 100%. And in fact, a lot of the information that I was, when I was trying to follow this was from Twitter. It's almost as if a Twitter, particularly in times of sort of crisis or when events are happening so quickly, it's like it's a wire service, and it's a wire service that enables people to say, here's what I'm seeing, or here's the latest information, or here's what CNN or somebody else is reporting, and then add information, links to it, or that to sort of back it up. And so if you want to spend more time learning about what somebody just tweeted, there's the opportunity to do that. And I got to say, Alan, I was impressed with the sophistication of the FBI and prosecutors and the police and being able to use Twitter and recognize the role that it is playing now.
Yeah, I thought that was really good, too. And I would even go further. What you're describing is the idea, which both of us were doing that day, and I know Daniel was doing it, too, of monitoring what's coming through in the stream. And that's really, really valuable. But I was also able to use social media, Facebook, to reach out to my sister, who lives in the Boston area, who had a friend who lived in Watertown, and he was one of the guys that was on TV being interviewed because they found an undetonated bomb outside of his house. One of the other bombs that they were planting that day that never went off that the police found. And so I was able to go from what I heard on Twitter about stories of bombs being dropped off in many places, but no details, to talking to my sister through direct chat on Facebook. And she was saying, I have direct information from a friend of mine who was there, and they found an undetonated bomb outside his house. So the ability to kind of triangulate information is just extraordinary with social media.
Alan, and a lot of people, cell phone service was problematic for a lot of folks because of, and we've always heard that, the government has an ability to shut down cell phone service if it fears that somebody, if the attack happens and people fear that maybe somebody's going to use their cell phone to try to trigger or detonate something else. Right. For people who get stuck and find that either their cell phones are not working, social media is now a pretty reliable way if you can simply get to an online, if you can get to a computer, of being able to communicate with folks.
Or even if you're just near a Wi-Fi hotspot, because the Wi-Fi hotspot is going to make your smartphone have access to Twitter and Facebook, even if it doesn't have access to the cellular voice network. And it's more than just the government shutting down access, and that's one of the things that they did in Boston because of fear of using it for detonation. But you also have to remember that the Boston Marathon had hundreds of thousands of people all gathered in a very small space, and that itself can crowd out the wireless access for cell phone access. And so the ability to kind of be near a Starbucks or be near a McDonald's or be near a local bookshop or a place of business that has a Wi-Fi access gives you all that extra levels of connectivity that remain intact even when the wireless, the cell phone systems go down.